What is up, you guys? It's Big Brother D back here again for another video. I know it's been like 2 or 3 weeks, I believe 3 weeks since I last posted, but the week prior to my tournament, I said I'm just focusing on the tournament. I'm focusing on the weight cut, focusing on the training. I was training multiple hours a day that final week, but regardless, we got the result we wanted. I got a gold medal. I'll show you guys that later in the video, which is really cool. But aside from the little channel update, let's get into the video. Today, guys, we're talking about practice and refinement over talent, okay? So what I mean by this, and as you guys can tell, it's all about practice and refinement, right? Practice meaning you put in the time, you put in those hours, you know, to get good at anything. You need to practice. You need to do multiple reps, multiple repetitions, you know, practice and refinement. So you can only refine something through practice, right? So whether I want to get good at a sport like jiu-jitsu, or I want to get good at a video game, right? Or whether I want to get good at school, it requires hours put in. It requires intentional, you know, things to be developed, right? And I'll give you guys an example with jiu-jitsu, right? So with jiu-jitsu, I would always focus on my talent, and I would always focus on my accolade in wrestling, which, looking back on it, I was just telling my brother last night, I feel like I was not the best wrestler. I just had a lot of heart. But anyways, I feel like I was relying on my talent a lot in jiu-jitsu, and that was holding me back from the potential where I could be in the future in jiu-jitsu to, one, rank up in the belt rankings, but more importantly, two, develop myself as a jiu-jitsu practitioner and an athlete and a competitor, right? So the things I would do in the past is I would have that wrestler mentality. I would still have that heart. I would have that competitive edge that I always had and curated through wrestling and through multiple competitions of multiple years and multiple competitions I've experienced in my life, right? But that's not everything. It's a good thing. It's a great thing even. But in jiu-jitsu, it's the kind of sport where you have to be like really technical to even like break past being a good purple belt, you know? I'm at the purple belt rank, and this rank has shown to me that it's a lot about like the small little details, you know, refining this section of your game, that section of your game, having things kind of intertwine and meet together in the middle, going from an arm bar to an omoplata to a triangle to a sweep to a back take, whatever it may be. And for you guys that don't know what jiu-jitsu is like or anything, you guys are probably thinking, wow, this is like a lot of word vomit, a lot of like technical jargon. Just understand the whole point here is that the belt I'm at is about tying things together, adapting in the moment, and getting to the next thing quickly and efficiently. So that's what I'm meaning to say here. But just like even in a video game or even in school, right? In a video game, if you want to play like a competitive shooter, I play Rainbow Six Siege pretty often. And in that game, you got to constantly be thinking about what other characters does the other team have? What information might they have? What do I got to communicate to my team? What things am I missing out on in terms of intel, you know? So there's so many things to think about. Now, when I say practice, we got to practice strategies. We got to practice timing, you know, for all these things. Sports specifically, even video games, has that thing of like you need to practice your timing, you know? Even if it's like taking a test in school, if you're taking the SAT, you got to be efficient. If you're taking your SOLs, which is like our standardized, I forget what that means. SOLs is abbreviated by something, but regardless, it's the end of your test. But I think there's like a time limit, or at least with the SAT and stuff there is. But since there's a time limit, you have to be efficient to get through all the questions and also get those questions right ideally, you know? So usually my strategy in school was I would go with the easy stuff first. I would like try to knock things down, the easy ones. Like I would go through the whole test, knock out every easy question I could. I'd be like, oh, I can look at it, easy. I know it's this answer, you know? And then I would come back to the beginning of the test and run through it again at the more like moderate kind of questions. And I would like break it down. It might take me a minute or two, but then I would go through and get it. Whether it's right or wrong, we don't know. But I would go through, do my process, and finish the question. Now then I'll be back through the question in like the final, I got like a couple hours or however long I have left, and now I can really focus and hone in on those long math equations, or typing out a long paragraph or two, or, you know, doing whatever sort of system I need to do to complete a long question or even a difficult question. But that's the whole idea, right? Practice and refinement. You can't just do all this overnight. You can't become a wizard overnight. You can't be Steph Curry, Michael Jordan, Neymar Jr., Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi. You can't be GSP. You can't be Mighty Mouse. These are all great athletes, by the way. And there's many more to name from and choose from. But you only get to these levels, right, of greatness after a bunch of practice and refinement. You know, these guys have talent, absolutely. But someone specifically like Cristiano Ronaldo, that guy just works hard. And hard work is going to beat talent every day, you know? Simple as that. Talent's a good thing. It's a great thing. But you got to be willing to put hours in, time in. You got to study the game in and out, whether it's a sport, your school, your career, you know, whatever it may be. You know, if you want to be good at something or great so you can stand out, get a promotion, get to that next level, grow in whatever you're trying to achieve and do, you need to put that extra time in, practice, refine, and you're naturally going to become more talented through doing this. You're feeding that thing you're trying to grow naturally. So it's supposed to be a quick video, guys, little 6.5 minute video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is kind of an off the cuff one. I needed to record something because I knew if I didn't record this right now and hit the record button and talk to you guys, I wouldn't have done it for another day, 2 days, 3 days. So I'll see you guys in the next video. I think I'll even make a video topic. I'm gonna write this down, of something along the lines of try not to miss too many days, because then you're gonna fall out of your system and your habit, you know? That's something that kind of happened to me recently after I finished my tournament, because, you know, I still have my goals and stuff, but now that I finished like that big thing, that big project, which was getting ready for the tournament and getting that gold medal, now I'm looking at the next thing, I'm prepping, and I'm getting back into the mode of YouTube, you know? So I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll cut to a clip of me showing you guys the gold medal. This has been Big Brother D. Y'all stay safe. Love.